Hey there, Diane Conklin with Complete Marketing Systems with another edition of Diane's Dozen. We are on number 5, and this one is a biggie, right? Number 5 is have integrity in everything you do. Now, while that's a lesson from sport, it's really a life lesson, right? So I define integrity as doing the right thing even when no one else is looking, right? So integrity is something that sometimes is forced on us, right? We do the right thing because there are other people around. But real true integrity is doing the right thing even when no one's looking, because someone's always looking, right? Someone's always noticing. And so the piece of this, especially in our lives and in our businesses, really comes down to do what you say you're going to do. Do what you say you're going to do, right? If you tell people that you have a 30-day money-back guarantee, honor that. And sometimes you have integrity by just doing the right thing, even though it's beyond the scope of your return policy, or it's beyond the scope of what you would normally do, because it's the right thing. You know, a client comes to you and you know, I'll give you an example. I had a client who was going through bankruptcy. And when my clients sign coaching agreements with me, it's a 6-month agreement. And at the end of that 6 month, it extends for another 6 months until we get to 12 months, and then we have a different situation. But, and there's a 60-day, it's clearly written, a 60-day written notice is required. And I knew that he was going through a hard time. He retired and had some debt and some things from a business that was kind of beyond his control, and he thought he could start a business and a new business and pay it off, and things didn't happen as quickly. Anyway, long story short, he said to me at some point, look, I need to like pause this, right? Well, typically, if I'm gonna be the letter of the law, the answer is, well, we're still in our 6 months, and you have to wait until the end of that time. Look, have some integrity. The right thing to do is say sure. Give you 60 or 90 days. And he'll be back. And he came back, right? But when you have integrity, when you do what you say you're going to do, you never have to worry about what you said to somebody or whatever. If you always have integrity and do the right thing, right? And the right thing isn't always the thing that's best for you. Sometimes it's the thing that's best for the client. And there are a lot of people who would disagree with me about that from a business perspective. Now, look, I don't believe that the client is always right. They're not. But I do believe that there's always a way for you to have integrity within yourself, because that's all that matters. The client can be upset. They can be mad, even at the end of the situation. But if you have integrity inside of yourself and inside of your business and inside of everything that you do, they can be mad, but you know that you did what you said you were going to do, that you were true to your word, right? And that you were true to your values and the things that are important to you. And hopefully the client's not mad, but sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes people leave, people go away, and that's okay. But the integrity piece, one of the things I'm most proud of in my career is I have a business associate that I've known for a long time, probably, 25 years maybe. And she came to me one day. We were working. She was actually somebody that I've coached with. And she said to me one day, Diane, you've been around at that point. It was like 25 years. She said, you've been around for like 25 years. And she said, I don't know anybody who's ever said anything that wasn't positive about you. No, I've never heard anyone say a bad thing about you. Now, I've worked with hundreds of clients on a done-for-you basis, probably that many or plus, maybe 1,000 clients from a coaching perspective, right? I've spoken on hundreds of stages in my career. And so for somebody to say that, and this is somebody who was traveling and speaking and was very well, into our online community and the speaking community and marketing and all that. And so for somebody to say that, that to me was the biggest positive from an integrity perspective, right? I've had to have some integrity in order for people not to say anything bad about me. That's a pretty big deal. But the integrity piece is inside of you, right? If you can sleep at night, you probably have a lot of integrity. But having integrity in your business, it really comes down to who you are, right? In your life and in your business. And so just do the right thing. And when you do the right thing, you don't have to worry about, it's that whole thing of being honest. When you're honest, you don't have to worry about the lie that you told somebody and which lie that you have to tell next and the lie that, right? Life is easy when you have integrity and when you don't lie. And I know that seems like a simple kind of thing, but it's not. It's hard sometimes. It's hard sometimes to follow your values and the values that you hold in your life, no matter what those are, not only in your life, but in your business. Because let's face it, a lot of times the thing that drives us in business is money. And look, I like to make money. I'm a capitalist at heart from that perspective, but I want to do it the right way. And I think when you do that, people follow you. It's not always about the glit and the glam and the glitter. It's about the right thing. And that's what integrity is all about. So that's definite dozen number 5. If you'd like to get a whole list of the definite dozen, we put together a nice little packet for you. Just go to Diane'sDozen.com and you can download it there. All right, I hope you're enjoying this. Until next time, make it a great day.